We tried Damp Rock, we tried Air Balloon, we tried Shuka Berry, we tried Pitaya Berry, we tried using moves like Charge, Helping Hand, and switching around who uses what moves, but nothing seemed to be working for this duo. But through a bit of trial and error and some luck, we managed. Here's how we did it. As you can see, this is the semester that we've struggled the most with. As the thumbnail shows it, it was 13 attempts to actually beat this thing, so it was quite the struggle, but it was fun. In every attempt, we kind of got better at timing our attacks, learning how to play the raid, and discarding ideas that didn't work and keeping what did work, until we eventually landed on something that actually got us the win. It was quite luck reliant, because if we got crit, it was basically over. And then we also had to get a bit lucky with the NPCs in theory, though in the end we didn't really need them, but it would have been nice to have them. There was also paralysis that didn't really help, but oh well. It was a tough time, but it was also a great time. So bring it on, Blaziken. First off, we have Lanturn here using Stellar Terra to be able to keep its resistances and stab Terra boosted electric attacks, which is important because we find out that Lanturn isn't really good at dealing damage. That's not why we have so much special attack investment though, it's more so just that defense investment wasn't really doing much for it when I checked damage calculations. You'll see that Lanturn's stats are not very impressive if you look at them. And the highest stat it has is HP, so it may seem counterintuitive to invest in HP, but it's actually what ended up making the most difference. For special defense was just in case it had Solar Beam, surprisingly just 4 points made a difference in that. And then for the moves we have Thunder, which maybe you get lucky with Paralysis, we sure so didn't. But you kinda need a move as strong as Thunder to actually be able to deal good damage. And then we have Chilling Water, which you use alongside Primarina to actually be able to stay alive. Electric Terrain, which God knows you need because otherwise you're gonna be hitting with the same amount of power that a Wet Noodle will hit with. And then we have the last move, Charge Speed, which I don't like, but it was better than the other alternatives we were trying. We originally had Rain Dance, which was too much for Lanturn to be doing at once, and then we also had Charge, which was kinda inconvenient to use, so we didn't end up using it that. And we also had Helping Hand to use on Lanturn originally, but that didn't really work out either, so Charge Beam it is. Alright, then we have Primarina, my beloved, which is a pretty standard support Pokemon with the kind of EVs and moves that you would expect. The thing about Primarina here is that it's just kind of difficult to play in this raid because of how it goes. At the earlier parts of the raids, Blaziken is going to be doing Sword Stance and Bulk Up, as well as doing quite a few stat clears, meaning that your Chilling Waters are going to be undone a lot of times, which sucks, because if Blaziken isn't at negative 3 attack, or even more, you're going to be struggling to keep both Primarina and Lanturn alive, which of course is a problem. But then there's also the fact that the Primarina just has a lot that it has to keep track of and manage. You have to make sure that Reflect is up, and then you have to decide when to Rain Dance because Lanturn needs it to attack. And a lot of times you're not going to be sure whether it's better to Life you to have the HP to survive the next attack, or you're not going to be sure if Chilling Water is a better option to make the next attack weaker. And it kinda sucks because Blaziken is faster than you, obviously. So Life you and Chilling Water are always going to take effect after you take a hit. So if you get a big damage roll, well, tough luck I guess. It didn't work out for you. And there's also the fact that as a support player here, you're going to have to use Cheers quite a bit, and sometimes you have to debate on when to use them. Sometimes you can use Heal Cheers instead of Life View to get the heal before Blaziken attacks, which is pretty important. Other times it was better here to use Defense Cheer right before Blaziken clears its own stats, so that you and Lanturn can still take the hits better when Blaziken is back at neutral. Yeah, Primarina just kinda has a lot that it has to manage here, which is what makes it hard to play. And if you mess up the timing of any of those moves, it can cost you the raid. But even so, I'm not sure if there's a better Pokemon than Primarina here, because it has a pretty good type combination for this. It's more of a special wall, which meant that it didn't have to worry about something like Solar Beam, but it did mean that physical moves were doing quite a bit more than we would have liked. But it's still a pretty good option here with a lot of benefits. And hey, I'm not going to complain about getting to use my boy.